Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso here on S3, and the gents and I, we've been chatting about certain trends, and we're so happy that none of us have gone out of fashion.
Wow.
According to us.
Yeah, I even had to have a look at screen there.
You have to do it. He's still
in
there.
fashion.
Still employed. But let's go to those trends. You know, we are stepping into the world of nostalgia. You know, when trends come in, it feels like they're never going to go away.
Yeah.
And then they go.
Feels like this is the heat of the moment right now.
Yes, like we need to be a part of this, and then, gone.
And
let's take a look
and you
at
can
those.
remember that angst if you weren't.
Yes.
And the hunger to be there, to be a part of that. Let's start with Pikachu.
Yeah.
And I think people are going to come after me because I think there is a massive Pikachu following that kind of steps outside of space and time that will always be connected to this. But of course, can you guys remember Pokemon Go? The mania.
Oh, for sure.
The insanity. Did you, either of you?
I remember the insanity as it came out. We still had a discussion on our Feel Good Breakfast Show about it and how many people are just taking to it because, I mean, we all want to catch our Pokemon.
I found myself...
Did you?
Driving to the Pokestop that was at a football club near my house to go and see, because next to it I was like, what am I doing? I had to stop myself. I caught the Pokemon. But I had to go there. I'm like, but why did I spend petrol to go to that spot to go and find this Charizard that was like right next to the Pokestop?
Nice.
Because it's a really cool Pokemon.
Yeah, I was being valuable. Yeah, I was going to say, there's good points
You're just being nice to me. Thank you. Yeah.
But it became such a thing. We even saw Ryan Reynolds, the most famous marketable person on the planet, with Detective Pikachu. And I enjoyed it. I am a very undemanding moviegoer, but I really enjoyed it because I love anything with Ryan Reynolds in it. But I'm just trying to think for an older generation to watch young people running around doing this without knowing, without having context, how they must have thought, what they must have thought was going on. But hey, we got involved and we did it. Can anyone name that?
Pidgey.
Pidgey.
Yeah.
I got into it.
Oh, you got him.
Proper into it, yeah. And can I tell you, gee whiz, the craze went viral, but of course there was something else that popped in. It had our heads spinning big time. I would like to ask, why were we into fidget spinners? Like, looking back, I don't even understand.
Okay, be honest. Did you carry around a fidget spinner?
I didn't carry it on. No, I didn't understand it. Back then, I didn't get connected to the trend, but it was in every goodie bag drop that we got.
Every.
And it felt, because it was like heavy, it felt valuable, I think, for me. Like, there was value in its density.
It's those ball bearings.
The thing is, I used to skateboard, so like the notion of bearings and how cool that was to spin, I've been having that. But this was something else.
But maybe it just came at a time of our lives where we needed a little bit of distraction.
Yes.
That's why I took off that, man. I don't even know. But I mean, I would say every single household at least had one or two or three or more fidget spinners. I mean, my boys were into it, and you know, I was just like, okay.
But look how satisfied that guy is just doing that. It's just so cool.
Are you getting back into the...
I'm itching. I'm going to go into my garage and I'm going to look through all of my boxes of old stuff.
You just got back in.
You're just going to see me in the corner of the room going like this, man. Oh, I absolutely love that.
No, listen, there's a lot. So let's quickly focus on plant-based foods. Okay. We just spoke about going vegan last week as well, and it's not the same story, but it still underpins the desire for people to live more organically and closer to Earth. So there's been obviously a surge in plant-based diets, and because of that, it drove this development and popularity of innovative meat and dairy alternatives, reshaping the food industry. We've seen a huge spike in that as well.
Unfortunately, we haven't seen the prices come down yet. And I think that's part of the problem, is this has been very much a trend-driven trend. That hasn't been backed up by the big commercial kind of structures that underpin it. So if you're going to go do a deep dive down that route, there is that. But I remember sitting interviewing Tammy Fry, head of Fry's.
Yes.
And they've been labelled as the vegan kind of... She's not vegan. That's not what she was trying to propagate. She was just trying to drive a more plant-based diet and add that. But there seems to be a cultural connection, an identity that comes with those sorts of choices that might be standing in the way of a lot of people making that choice or sticking to it. Is it going to stay? I think it kind of has to, because in the future we're going to need to be more plant-based.
So, but it has been interesting to see, you know, with obviously it's been a long road with, you know, vegan or vegetarian kind of lifestyles and food, how different technologies have been coming into the space and seeing how we can change it. Like you rightly said, I mean, I think we still have a way to go, but it would be nice to see those prices come down a little bit as well.
Maybe you can sell one of your NFTs and get enough money through that. Did you jump on that craze, my friend?
Hell no. Hell. Do you know how many people were compelling me? And I'm sure with you go to a braai, and there's always that one China at the braai who's like well off.
He's blockchaining it big opinion. Time, boy.
He's probably in debt, but he looks well off. And he'll tell you like, oh, blockchain. Yeah. No, just go for it, brother. Bitcoin, go for it. Do this. And he'll download the app on your phone. This is what happened to me, by the way. Downloads the app on my phone, says this is how you interact. Oh, you're going to make a killing. Just put 10K in, you're going to be fine. Okay, I didn't get sucked into it.
Yeah.
And then NFTs, I know that also significantly the prices of these things, it was exorbitant. I like the concept of the NFT thing a lot more than any of the other blockchain things, because I know that NFTs were designed to make sure that people get their work for their art.
Yeah, for sure.
Because what was happening digitally, people were stealing everything. You could go to a site, they could replicate a piece of artwork, and you can have it up on your wall in no time as a print. People needed to be paid for that. So I think that to protect art and get people their worth, NFTs were very powerful.
Yeah. So I don't think the NFT is the trend. I think it was more the way that we grasped it as an asset.
Yeah.
Might have been where we had kind of jumped a little ahead of the game there.
I feel I was a little bit late with regards to finding out about NFTs. Because like the first time somebody said to me, it's like, hey, have you heard about non-fungible tokens? I thought, like, dude, can you speak properly?
Yeah,
I thought fungible. What is fungible? Like,
what do you mean fungible?
What are we talking about? Exactly. There should be a better word for it. But yeah, I mean, but it's big. It's big. But yeah, I missed the ship a little bit. Maybe I should start drawing something, because apparently you can do anything.
Exactly.